Well, hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Katarina. Today's video is going to be something very personal. I don't really like to talk about, but I think it should be talked about because more people, especially women, probably men as well, because it could happen the other way around, but especially women in my case, because it happened to me, should know about what can happen to you if you are in abusive relationship. I was in it. I was in abusive relationship. I do have experience with that, unfortunately, or fortunately even for me. And that's why I decided to share my experience with you and maybe help somebody who is going through it. Probably not somebody who is deeply in the relationship, as I will explain you why, but probably somebody who is kind of questioning their relationship, or probably friends and family who can see that their friend or family member is in abusive relationship, what they probably can do to help them and what they shouldn't be doing to try and help them. Yeah, I hope this video will help somebody. If not, it will be kind of a way of therapy for me to talk about what happened to me. Let's make it clear, my relationship wasn't physical abuse, but it was mental abuse. It does say really weird when I'm talking about it, but I was really young when it happened to me, but it could have affected my entire life, but luckily it didn't. I started dating this boy because I was really young. I was 15, I think, when we started dating, who was mentally abusing me. I had no idea that he was. I thought I was deeply in love and he loved me, and then this is the love for the rest of my life. But later on, I figured it out, it wasn't. We were in relationship for about 2.5 years, I think. And during that relationship, it started very slowly. It didn't start straight from the beginning. From the beginning, he was very sweet and he was telling me how great I am, how pretty I am, how amazing person I am, how lucky he is to date me. But slowly and gently he was changing his way how to approach me to get me into his pose and to get me locked in that relationship. I had no idea what was going on. He was very clever. I don't actually know if he did it intentionally or if it's just his nature, because he is not a very clever man, I have to say. When I'm looking back, he's not very smart. So I have no idea if it was intentional or if it was just coincidence, if this is the only way how he can proceed the relationship. I have no idea. But I am saying that I was really young. Some of you might think like, oh my god, it wasn't really abusive relationship, but it could really affect my entire life, as I will explain later. Let's go into the story. So when we started dating, he was very sweet, very nice, but there were some red flags which I should have think about, but I wasn't. He was also trying to get some more girls, and he was texting to my friends and trying to tell them how great they are, and I didn't really understand. My friends were telling me that stuff, that he was constantly texting them and telling them how lovely and how pretty and how great they are. And when I asked him questions why he did it and why he's texting to my friend when we are dating, he just started telling me stories and making up stories about my friends, that they are trying to flirt with him and they are trying to get him into their pose or maybe into their bed, as he was later telling me, which I don't know why. He did it very clever way, but I believed him, and slowly and gently he destroyed every single relationship with my friend which I had before. So I kind of pushed all my friends away. It was very clever done, because all those friends were warning me from him and were telling me to walk away and not to be in a relationship with this idiot, but I didn't listen. I listened to him. Don't know why. I have no seriously idea why did I do that. So this nice and sweet period slowly started changing into period when I was losing my ego completely. I have no idea how the hell he did that, because I wasn't questioning myself. I wasn't thinking about how do I look and how kind of person I am, but somehow he did put it into my head. I have to say I was pretty strong, and I'm pretty strong now. I don't really care, and I think that I'm quite a nice person to be with. But somehow he did manage to get into my head and made me think that I am the worst person living on a planet Earth, that I am the ugliest woman, and that I am not worth even a penny, and that I should be happy that he is with me because there is no other man on earth who would date me because of my negative personal issues, and that I am stupid. I was pretty depressed, I have to say, but I had no idea he was doing it. He actually somehow did put all this stuff into my head, and I took it like I was living with all those feelings and all those things, thinking stuff since I was born. I had no idea I wasn't like that before, and I will not be person like that after this relationship. So I was pretty deeply in his claws. I was listening to everything what he said. He slowly pushed me away from everyone who I loved, even from my parents as well, from my mom, which was terrible because I love my mom and she was the person who helped me all my life, and she was taking care of me, and I had her as a friend and we were talking about everything. But when I was dating him, that changed. I started lying to her a lot because he wanted me to do things which she would not agree with, and that's why I had to start making up stories to please him, because I didn't want to make him angry with me, because he would leave me, and that would mean that I will be alone for the rest of my life, which is really bad. I mean, when I'm thinking about it now, it makes me sad, and I'm really, really ashamed about myself, how stupid I was and how stupid things I was doing. I basically had no real friends. At least I thought I didn't have a friend, but I actually did. They were still standing behind me. They all saw what was going on. They were trying to approach me. Oh my god, the lighting just changed. I'm really sorry. I will try to edit it. But weather again in England, amazing. So where I was, yeah, my friends, they were all trying to approach me and tell me and show me that he is not worth, that I'm a better person and I deserve better than he is giving me. But I couldn't see that. All what I could see was that they are jealous because I am in a relationship and they are not, and that I have this relationship for the rest of my life. That I'm very happy and very lucky that I actually found somebody in the age of 15 who I want to spend my life with. So I was really pushing them away as well, lying to them. It was horrible. I didn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything by myself. Everywhere I wanted to go, he went with me, or when I wanted to go to some school trip. I mean, I was 15, 16, 17. We had a lot of school trips. I was not allowed to go on any of those school trips. So I missed a lot of fun and a lot of interesting stuff, and I missed a lot of memories which I could create with my friends, which I'm very sad about. And if I could move a time, if I could go back to past, I will definitely change that, because my friends from school were so lovely. I'm still good friends with them now. We don't see each other very often, but they were still standing by my side and they didn't push me away, even if I didn't treat them very nice. Even if I was in this disgusting relationship, they still, get on with it and just stayed with me, which I'm very, very thankful for. If you are watching it, thank you for that. I do really appreciate it. My relationship was, or my life was basically controlled by my boyfriend. He was controlling what I was wearing, he was controlling where I was going, what I was doing, who I was talking to, what time did I go to school, what time did I come back, what time or what days did I not go to school, and stuff like that. I had no freedom. My mom could see it as well. She was trying to tell me that, but I was just pushing people away. And this is probably why I'm doing this video. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of videos talking about the people who know somebody who goes through abusive relationship. I have to say, a lot of people were telling me that this relationship is rotten, that it's not good, but I just didn't listen to them. So this is not the way how you should be probably approaching somebody who is in abusive relationship, because they are so deep in this terrible stuff that they are not going to listen, because they are used to that people are telling them that relationship is bad, but they do have different excuses. And what you will probably achieve is that the person will push you away and you can probably lose them. So this is not the way how to deal with somebody who is in abusive relationship. I have to say, now when I'm kind of thinking back, all my friends were telling me that, but I just didn't listen. I was deeply in love, let's just say. It wasn't love. He was using a different techniques. As I said, he cut off my ego. My ego didn't exist. Also, he was kind of scaring me and stopped replying to my messages for a few days, or didn't see me for a few days, just to show me how unhappy I would be without him and stuff like that. This did go on for about 2 years. I lost 2 years of my life just being controlled by somebody else. Last few months of our relationship, I think it was about 6 months, things started changing. He didn't change his approach, but I changed, and I changed it because one simple thing, and that was social media. Social media saved my life, literally. It was a time when the different social media were coming out and were created. It wasn't a Facebook yet, but it was a small platform in Slovakia where people could create their profiles, put their pictures on, and kind of chat with the strange people and have a conversation, look up different people and just contact them. So all my friends at school created their profiles. So I did as well. We took some pictures and we put the pictures on. Then we had internet at home, which was very helpful. I know young people who are watching it. I grew up with no computer and no internet. So we had the internet, I think, first installed to our house when I was 15 or 16. And it was the slowest internet which you can even imagine, but I still managed to load some social media website and just browse around. So maybe you are thinking, how did social media change my life? Well, after I created a profile and put the different pictures of me, of course I didn't tell my boyfriend because he would not agree with that. I did put some pictures of me online, and I did started having some people contacting me, especially men. I know it's weird. I know we all know what some of the men are looking for when they are contacting girls, but I wasn't going to meet them. I just was really surprised that somebody is attracted to me, that somebody did pick my pictures and contacted me and wanted to talk to me. And I started talking to a different boys or men on this platform, and they were kind of into me. I made them laugh. They were telling me that I'm very smart, that I'm very pretty. And this did get into my head, and I started realizing, like, hang on a minute. Probably I am not the ugliest person in the world. Probably I would be able to find somebody else who would love me, even if I won't have him. And I started thinking and starting processing in my head slowly but surely, and I was getting more and more messages. More and more men were attracted to me, let's say, and I started gently flirting with them. And this slowly started boosting my ego, and my ego started growing, and I started realizing what the hell I am doing in this relationship. I can have different men if I want. I can have a relationship. I can find somebody else, probably better, who will love me, who would not be telling me what am I supposed to be wearing, that I look like a whore in this t-shirt, that I cannot look a skirt because I look like a whore again. And this word was coming up very often, that I cannot wear my hair like this because I look like a whore, and then I cannot do this, and I cannot wear makeup, and I cannot wear lipstick again because I look like a whore. This was his very favorite thing to say me when he didn't like me to do certain things and to go certain ways. One day I've decided that I will go to a school trip, even if he didn't agree, and I told him I'm going to a school trip. I was really, really scared because I was kind of standing up for myself, and that was the first time in more than 2 years when I did. And he didn't agree, of course. I knew he wouldn't, but all my friends, I said to them, I'm going to a trip with you. They were really surprised, but they were supporting me. They said, yeah, of course, let's go. We will have a fun. It will be great. So he didn't agree. He actually came, he waited for me on a bus stop where I was leaving my bus, and he told me that I am a whore, that I will sleep with a man on this trip, and he hates me for that, and that I cannot control myself, and he wished that we would crash with the whole bus and I will die. Yeah, nice, isn't it? So I went for a trip. I didn't care what he said. Funny thing was that we actually had a bus crash. It wasn't very big accident. It just somebody reversed to us or didn't brake fast enough. I don't remember, but it wasn't a big deal. We could have carried on with our trip, but I was thinking like, how can I be with somebody who will tell me that he wish that I'll die because I cannot control myself, and I will sleep with every single man I will come across during my day. So yeah, that was another thing. So we met. When I arrived, he was waiting for me actually, and he was very angry. He made me cry. He was telling me different things. He was still kind of deep under my skin, but I was getting better. So the day ended up me crying and going home and still thinking about all the stuff, still processing, until one day when I had a few people actually on the social media asking me to go out with them, that they want to date me, that they want to know me better. I've decided that's it. I'm going to end it. And I did. And that was the best day of my life. I ended the relationship. It was beginning of a summer, and I decided I'm just going to enjoy my summer. I'm going to enjoy my life. I wasted 2.5 years of my life. I could have make a lovely memories with my friends, but I didn't. What I have instead is a lot of memories of me lying to my parents, of me lying to my friends, of me making excuses for his behavior, and I had enough. I wanted to be free, so I ended it. First thing what I did was that I went shopping with my friend, and I went crazy. I bought myself a skirt. I bought myself a t-shirt with a V-neck, the deepest V-neck I could find. I went and I had a haircut done. I changed completely everything. I started wearing makeup and I started enjoying my life. And I know one day I went swimming with my mom to like a big aqua park outside. It was lovely weather. And when we went to see our stuff, I had about 30 missed calls from him. And I don't know how many messages, but many of those messages were saying that he loves me and he cannot be without me, and then he's going to kill himself. That he's going to kill himself if he cannot have me because his life doesn't make any sense without me. And he's going to jump under the train or do some other things. I have no idea. I ignored those messages. Then he kept sending more and more and more that he's going to kill himself. So I answered him one message that we are no longer together. I don't care what he's doing with his life, that he doesn't have any reason to contact me. If he wants to kill himself, well, it's nothing to do with me. I am not going to do anything about me. If he is depressed or anything, he should talk to his parents or to his friends. We have nothing in common. I don't want to see him anymore. I don't want to talk to him anymore. And I don't care what he's going to do with his life. And the messages stopped. He didn't kill himself. He's still alive. I didn't jump and I didn't listen to him. I was so proud of myself. I actually told everything to my mom, and she was very proud about myself. She was really surprised how long did I stay in this relationship. She didn't understand, but well, I didn't either. But yeah, the story had a happy ending. I was 17 and something, and I was finally free, and I went crazy. The year from my 17th to my 18th birthday was insane. I wanted to catch up all what I lost in the 2.5 years while I was dating him. I was constantly partying, I was constantly out somewhere with my friends. I was trying different boyfriends like every week or every 2 weeks because I wanted to see what is out there, and I had the feeling that I lost all that time and I need to catch up. And that, yeah, that what I was doing for almost entire year, and it was great. I have to say, I'm not ashamed of that. I wanted to try different boys and I wanted to see what is out there. I wanted to find out what I actually want in my life, and I found it. I realized, thanks to him, I know exactly what I don't want. I know what to look for. I know if man is doing some stuff or behaving certain way, I don't want to have anything to do with him. And that's changed my life. So in one case, I'm very thankful to him that he actually showed me what I really don't want in relationship. And actually my ego kind of grew and I realized that I'm worth more than I thought I was, and that I know what I want from my life. Interesting. I have to say I'm very lucky that our relationship didn't go the way which he wanted it to go. He had it all planned. He wanted me to get pregnant, so I will have to leave my school, and he wanted me to be a housewife, and he wanted him to provide for a family, which meant that we would live with his parents. He had it all planned without even me asking if I agree with that. Actually, that was another thing what scared me to death, because one day he just told me that he had it all figured out, that we will convert part of his parents' house, which will be ours, and we would live there. And we would share a kitchen with his parents, and his mom will cook because I'm not a good cook, and she will cook for us, and we will live there, and our children will live there, and that he wanted the children, and I will be housewife. And I was like, ew, oh, what? And this was a sign when I was like, oh, hang on a minute, I'm not going to be a housewife, I'm not going to listen to you. And luckily, I couldn't really protect myself from him. So luckily, my mom, I am so thankful to her. When she learned that I'm in a kind of serious relationship, she actually took me to a doctor and she put me on a pill, which saved me. If she wouldn't do that, my life would be probably destroyed. I would be probably now with God knows how many children, going to church every Sunday, cooking, not cooking because I'm not good cook, so his mom would have to cook. So I don't really know what I would do. I would be just taking care of the children and talking to other village women about God or something. I don't know. My life would be terrible. I would probably kill myself. Seriously. that would be terrible. So my mom saved my life. She doesn't even know about it. And I'm so thankful that she did that. She doesn't even know. She probably did know. She probably did feel what was going on, and she did see what was going on, and that was her thing, what she decided to do, and that was the best thing she could ever do to me. And very thankful, mom. Very thankful. Thank you. Funny thing is that this story took place more, was it 13 years ago when I ended up the relationship? He was still trying to contact me. I don't understand why. Still, I blocked his number. I changed my number after we split up because I couldn't bear all those messages and missed calls and phone calls, how he tried to get me. So I changed my number. He had no my social media. I blocked him on Facebook. I blocked him everywhere, but he's still trying to find a way how to contact me. Unbelievable. I have to say, he's very persistent. 13 years, still trying to get me back. Okay, well. So if you are friends or if you know somebody who is in an abusive relationship, probably the best way, if it's the type of relationship which I had, when their ego is really low, probably the best way how to do it is somehow gently show them that there is more people around in the world who might be interested in them, that there is more people who will be attracted to them, that they are not the ugliest people or the ugliest person or the most stupid in the world, and there are so many opportunities out there, and that they should be enjoying the life. Don't try to tell it to them like straightforward. Try to maybe slowly, I don't know, bring different people to their life. Or as I said, social media helped me a lot because he couldn't control that. I didn't tell him about that, and I could kind of see that there is so many people out there, and I can be with somebody else, that he is not the only man in the world who will love me. And yeah, so this is probably the way how to deal with that. Telling it straightforward is not a good idea, because probably the person who is under the spell would tell the other person everything, and it would just go down the hill, and you can just harm your relationship with that person. So be careful with that. This was really interesting to talk about it. I'm not really talking about it that much. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I mean, seriously, even if I won't achieve all my goals in my life, I can at least enjoy my freedom as a person. I can do my own decisions, and I can pick whenever I want to wear and whenever I want to do with my body, and I don't have to ask for permission for anything. It's really very nice feeling for somebody who went through that. So that's my story. It's very shameful for me to talk about it, but I thought that it might be beneficial for somebody else to actually hear this story straight away from somebody who went through it, who is happy now, and who doesn't suffer with any consequences, luckily. And I hope you find it interesting. I don't know what to say. It's not much to say. I feel really bad. I should go outside and just do something to forget about all of it and just enjoy my life. So I hope that you liked the video. If you enjoyed it, please click that like button. So subscribe if you want to see more of me. I'm uploading every Tuesday, trying to 99%. And it was very nice to see you. I hope I will see you in my next video. So stay tuned and enjoy your life. Bye.